Hey there! So, have you ever thought about how we can be the best version of ourselves? You might think that you need to figure out who you are and what you want to do with your life. But, according to Michael Poot, a Harvard professor, the way we think about ourselves is limited and even dangerous. In Chinese philosophy, there's no fixed self the way we see it in the Western world. Who we are and what we could become is much more tangible than a fixed set of characteristics that define our personality. This Eastern self is always evolving, changing, losing, and gaining, and is defined by what we do, not just what's within us. So, how can we become better versions of ourselves? Well, it's all about self-cultivation. Confucius, a philosopher and politician in ancient China, created a way of life called Confucianism that's still relevant today. He believed in the power of rituals, which are actually forms of social cement that can bring about incredible change beyond our limiting beliefs. By engaging in certain behaviors in a disciplined manner, like morning rituals, habits, and exercises, we can become better, more skilled at life, more integrated, and more virtuous. Confucianism is an ancient Chinese system of thought that was founded by the philosopher and politician Confucius in the 6th century BC. Confucius was dissatisfied with the ruling aristocrats of his time and sought to create a way of life and governance that emphasized morality, order, and respect, and aimed to achieve social harmony through traditions, ceremonies, and rituals. One of the key teachings of Confucianism is the concept of self-cultivation, which is the process of enhancing and perfecting how we act and relate to each other. Through self-cultivation, we can become better, more skilled at life, more integrated, and more virtuous. Self-cultivation is a psychological process that involves engaging in certain behaviors in a disciplined manner, such as morning rituals, habits, and exercises, to bring about incredible change in our lives. These rituals and ceremonies are forms of social cement that transform not only our societies, but also ourselves. According to Confucianism, the self is not a fixed set of characteristics that define a personality, but rather a non-fixed phenomenon that is always evolving, changing, losing, and gaining. The Eastern concept of the self is much more tangible than the Western concept, as who we are and what we could become is much more mutable than a fixed set of characteristics. In contrast to Western beliefs about the self, the Chinese view the self as a fragmented mess. The self is a gathering of decentralized manifestations like emotions, thoughts, and sensations that cannot be found within ourselves but can be cultivated through practice and training. Self-cultivation is about enhancing and perfecting how we act and relate to each other, which can bring about tremendous positive change on a personal as well as a communal level. Confucianism emphasizes the power of ritual and how it can make our lives better by shaping our societies and ourselves. While Confucianism places great emphasis on self-cultivation, its counterpart Taoism takes a different approach. Taoism embraces our natural state and approaches life conformable to the flow of nature, with minimal interference. A Taoist sage like Zhuangzi, for example, pleads against artificial ways of living that will only disturb the natural course of things. In conclusion, self-cultivation is an essential aspect of Confucianism that emphasizes enhancing and perfecting how we act and relate to each other. It involves engaging in certain behaviors in a disciplined manner, such as morning rituals, habits, and exercises, to bring about incredible change in our lives. The Chinese view the self as a fragmented mess that cannot be found within ourselves but can be cultivated through practice and training. Through self-cultivation, we can become better, more skilled at life, more integrated, and more virtuous. So, let's embrace our natural state and approach life conformable to the flow of nature, with minimal interference, but also acknowledge our great potential to become better through practice and training. Remember, who you are is not fixed, and you have the power to change for the better. If you enjoyed this video, Please like and subscribe for more content on philosophy and history. Until then, take care.